All right. Uh, Good day, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning. Hope you guys having a great day. Another recap session. Sunday watch list. Um, Mr. Trades. I'm gonna go over our trades and what I'm actually looking this upcoming week to trade. Um, it's gonna be various, few stocks that I'm personally gonna watch and suggest you guys to keep it on the watch list. So hopefully this will help you out to how do you really scan, how do you set up your watch list and all that. Before I start, I want to kind of like walk through like what happened overall in the market, and that is very important to keep that in mind. However, we do mainly day trades, small caps. It doesn't really um, the way that we trade it. It's only based on press release on the same day and all the volume action during the day, and it doesn't really comes out from overall market. Although it really depends on some some indicators. As last week we had CPI report, it was a hot one, pretty crazy. Still, our inflation skyrocketing, and Feds keep feeding towards interest rate. I think well, in general that's their only tools to really fight with the inflation. But I mean, for most of you that you guys probably not really into the economy part of it, it's really important to know what these indicators can really affect on the overall market. For some of you, probably looking for investing in these type, it's very important to know that. So it was crazy last week. The CPI came out, and of course CPI was much higher, and that was very important than overall CPI. So in general, we are in this crazy recession as we all expected, and there's definitely a huge recession towards depressions coming along, but I would not really expect that it would be that horrible. But I do expect that we're going to this downturn time frame. So keep that in mind. I'm just gonna show you guys this that really understand what's going on in the investor or smart money that they're doing an overall market. A lot of, as you guys probably heard, a lot of 401ks or retirement investment. They're all puffed, and they are like really um, uh, had a crazy wiped out towards the investment. I mean, that's very unfortunate for those people that expected to invested their hard-earned money towards market, and expected to have a good return, but now they cannot really benefit from it. It's very unfortunate. I'm just gonna tell you guys this, that how too much of long-term ideas, it can really affect you badly. That is why I personally do day trade. Mainly, my focus is day trade. I do not um, put my hard-earned money towards something for on S&P 500 for a long term or something like that. I would rather to invest my money in some other areas, businesses or real estate, more tangible and assets. It's more reasonable. However, that has their own perks and stuff. But I mean, that has their own pros and cons. But I personally, as a full-time trader, I always suggest my members and students have a day trade mindset. Right now in this market, the only people that can benefit from markets are reliable, educated um, day traders. The beauty of day trading is just you don't really care about what's gonna happen on the overall market. You're just there to put your money and take all your money out and have a good night's sleep. That's how it should be. But for a lot of investors, especially in the older generations, they're having these problems, and it's very tough to think about like them. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people still doesn't want to learn this area, and it's very uh, it's just the way it is. I know a lot of people, our members especially, they do day trades, even if they have their 401k set up or retirement set up or whatever. They also day trade in a different portfolio. That's why that is very suggestible. That's something that I suggest to everyone to do that. At least have some sort of portfolio that you can accumulate more of your time, more of your investment, divided your investment towards just trading, and you can benefit from speculation and all of that. So without further ado, let's get us started with our watch list and our trading. What went during the last week, what happened, and what were our runners. I also post this to your emails. It comes out, so you will receive that as well. Just make sure that to subscribe to our newsletter to get all the watch lists. It's free. You can get it with no with no cost. And I want to talk about, before I start, I know a few of you guys reach out to, I see that you guys are struggling with the trade or anything like that. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you, really guide you through and share my experience with you, and hopefully it can really helps you to you can achieve your journey and become a full-time trader eventually. So a lot of you guys reach out and say, "Oh, this trade didn't work out. I couldn't take my profit or whatever." And I see that you guys still, using unreliable brokers like Robinhood. Please do yourself a favor. If you have a Robinhood account, first thing to do is just delete the app. Take your, take whatever money that you have, out of this broker, and just go to another reliable broker that we always suggest. I'm gonna post the link of the brokers that you can sign up and set up a new account or whatever. It's reliable for day trading. And I see that most of you still using your phone for day trading. It's definitely not suggestible to use your phone for day trading, and it's not really ideal to day trade on your phone on a broker like Robinhood. With Robinhood, you don't have a lot of ECNs to can see. You cannot see orders that are coming. You cannot even see a good chart on Robinhood. I'm talking about specifically Robinhood, and also like Webull. Webull is good. You can use it on they have a good charting, but it's not very professional. I mean, if you're a beginner, it's not a bad broker to start with, but definitely do not use Robinhood app. Please just do yourself a favor, move your money out of there and put it in a different broker. That's very important. I see still you guys using that and then struggling to really take your profit or execute properly, and it's very important. And it's not just the broker. It's also sitting behind your computer and trading, than just being on your phone and not really see this price action. Because stuff that we trade, it moves fast. Low float, the low float or micro float, some of them. So you gotta be so early. You gotta make sure that your hotkeys set up, or these are the stuff that I teach in the one-on-one session. If you guys want to know how to set up your want to how to set up your hotkeys, how to really scan them, how to really execute them. But like for most of you that pretty much know this, it's better to be behind your PC or laptop or whatever, and then scan properly, because you need to have that speed. You need to have that um, reliable computer also. It's not really, it's an investment for you if you want to really learn how to execute. I mean, this is the experience that I'm sharing with you. I've been there, and those mistakes happen for me. So I do suggest you. I don't want you to do the same mistake. This is very basic. You can open a broker. If you're an international, Interactive Broker is the best broker that you can set up. Even if you're in the US, you have more options than Robinhood. So keep that in mind. Just the general idea. I see that you guys still using that. It's very I do want to help you guys only. I mean, your success is my goal. So please just do not use Robinhood if you want to really become a professional in this industry. So let's get started. IMUX last week, crazy runner, multi-day runner. We call this in $5, and massive actually swing trade idea. But it depends. Like most of the people really like hold and do not even scale out, scale in, or take partial profit, or move their average on the right areas. Some people just bought at certain price and then they hope to just sell it at one target, which is a wrong mentality if they don't have a proper plan. So IMUX had that kind of idea. It really ran up towards 12 in just 1 week. I think they came out with a private placement. Usually private placements, 16 million private placement. What private placement is, just company offer the shares to a group of investors, individual wealthy individual hedge funds, or institutional, some shares to buy out. So that's really a positive for the stock and the company. So it can really help the stock to really uh, move towards higher price range. And that's exactly what happened to the IMUX. We had this massive run, few days in a row, multi-day runner from Monday till Friday. We had this, gap up, still that higher low price range, and then another gap up. And at 12, we can see that the consolidation happened and then exhaustion move. You can see this yellow line here. This was my target resistance. If it's gonna really break through the channel, and then hold that channel, touched it, and then went back up, and then so far as you guys can see, it's below the channel right now. I think on the Friday we had this, nothing's going on the price action, a very consolidation and too much of resistance, and possible short attack. This is very this is ideal. It's a great short setup at the moment. Really can get hurt if you're long on this. Your best bet was this massive room to really take partial profit at your $2 $3 move, because the stock had already $7 moves from that $5 action that we called it in our channel. So it's great. I personally scale in and out and took my profit every single day. I traded this, except the last day of the week. It was done. The area, the target that I wanted, it was already much higher. So I should expect this to kind of consolidate on Monday, and probably another exhaustion and short attack. I don't think we will see more of a volatility on this, unless if they release another PR that can really move the price higher, or we shall see how it really plays out. But I think at this point it's more of a consolidation and just more towards the short attack. So be cautious on this one. It's just, if you don't see a setup anymore, because the setup was really A plus from Monday, and being A plus, and then on Thursday, I believe this is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday turns to B setup, and then right now it's really a C setup. So you don't want to really go for a C setup because it's more dangerous, more risky, unless if you see some actions are happening and there's nothing else that is running. Keep that in mind. You gotta see. I send the scanner every single day. Based on the top gainers, you have to see what else is running. So if nothing's going on, if nothing is running on Monday or Tuesday that is coming, you go back to the back pocket stock like this IMUX. So people always react to the older stock to run it back up, and you can take advantage of that move. So yeah, IMUX, keep that in mind. And the next one is LASE. This one is also great runner, IPO, one of those low float IPO that came out with a PR two press release on October 13th and 14th, and I think they had some sort of partnership with Coca-Cola, which is a really good news for a stock, especially if it's an IPO, and that exactly what expected. And they also announced that they had growth in their sales. So usually these stuff coming out, they release good stuff. So you can see that, and sell the news, and pump the stock, and you got to be careful with all those kind of news. You always have to understand the press release and make your plan if you have a plan based on the press release. So that exactly what happened with this. Came out at the really lower price, super oversold, because I mean generally the stock is the stock is only new for 2 months, actually a month, last day of September. So relatively new, nothing to expect if it's gonna really go down more than $1, the 52 weeks low. So at this point, it's pretty exhausted at the highest level, and I think personally this can really move back up. There are over, I think, 60%, 58% insider on this. Not a lot of institutional action, so I would expect this to move if there's nothing going on if there's no new stocks. Keep that in mind. This one is I think it's very it's micro float, if I'm not wrong. So stock is low float. It can run if a new fresh volume coming in. No, it's actually 3 million float. So it's low float. Any news can really move this, and keep that in mind. It's not always about the float. It's all about really a fresh volume coming in. I mean, you can really see this float action happen, float rotation happen in one day, as we saw like last year. But this quarter and last quarter we haven't seen, or even few quarters back, we haven't seen that much action because the market overall is pretty slow. So you should expect that this stock can really have that float rotation. Float rotation basically means trade over the float number of the shares. If it's 3 million, we might see 3 million shares traded in a day. So this is basically what it means. So keep that in mind. I will watch this LASE for coming this week. And then the next one we had This was a massive one. RLMD. One of those crazy one. I personally caught this, and the scanner basically mentioned it after their failed trial came out. So when you see something really bad happen to stock, and the stock plumbed 80% right after the press release. It's biotech. You should expect that kind of news from biotechs. They always like have this huge, trials upcoming. They do testing, and then if they failed, investor instantly react to it and want their money out, because if they fail, the company doesn't have anything to offer anymore unless they come up with something new. And that's exactly what happened with this RLMD. They come up with this and didn't meet primary endpoint phase 3 clinical trial. So bad news right off the bat, and then scanner caught it at the lowest, 80%, top loser of the day, and huge opportunity for day trader. Why? Because I personally love when this happens. Usually you see that massive drawdown, plumbed, and it hit 470. So right around that area, you always expect that volatilities happen, and then you'll see that things kind of calm down, and then you see a massive buyout from the bag holders from the top area, which is $30. When they see that thing, obviously they want to buy more to average down and possibly, have a mercy exit at some point. So that's exactly what happened to the RLMD. Huge bought out at the deep area to average down these bag holders. And us as a day trader, we always want that, because we don't have a position in this stock. We just want that gap up field, which in this case really happened quickly. The stock is actually a mid float. It's not really moving too quick, but in this on that day, after the news, the stock moves quickly and hit it from $5. The spread was kind of huge, and then fresh volume coming in, the spread's kind of tied up, and then it went back up to $7, $7.78. Crazy $2 moves just from that $4.90 and $5. I was actually on this on $5 because I wanted to see this stabilize and the natural area support hold, and that exactly what happened. I sent it to the channel, and I hope that for those that traded this, took your profit. It's still a stock in that range that can really run up again with another bought out from the from the investors or bag holders on top or whatever, and us as a day trader really can benefit from these type of action. That's what I want to share with you guys. This is the beauty of it. And this 80% down and then gap up was huge and great trade for me personally. I love that long trade, but yeah, I will definitely look for this one on the upcoming week. Personally think this can really run again on some sort of I guess if they come up with another excuses or news that they have, people will buy this out, or it can really go south. People can really sell off, and this stock can really go to the $4, $3 range. So we should expect this to have some sort of action for the upcoming week. Keep watching this, have this on your watch list, and see how it goes. And next one, and the last one, it's ATXI. ATXI, we had this play before. We talked about this. I mentioned a few times. I traded many times when they didn't really release the offering. I think it was trading at that area, $16. We traded. It had a massive run, and then obviously you can see that crazy short attack on this one. It's huge reward for shorts at that 16 area, 17 area, and then just draw down to after the offering. I believe that this was an offering here. Drop down the stock, drop down to $3, $2 range, and that is a huge drop. But I was expecting this happen. I mean, this is nothing new. So you should always expect some sort of this action happen on these small caps when they don't have really reliable fundamental. So huge drop, and my expectation is the exhaustion and the short attack on this one is already done at some point. I think when it came down to $2, most of the new shorts, there wasn't any new shorts attack on this one anymore. And so far, we had this action on Friday, popped back up to the $4 range, and this is more it looks like a cover pop. Cover pop generally when the shorts cover their position, the stock drive back up, and then usually it's a very good advantage for long trader if they want to scalp or trade that pattern. And that is exactly what I did last week with ATXI. Crazy, not a really crazy one, but like it was very predictable to see that area. And I'm expecting this to run up more as there's more room to go after if the shorts still covering. There wouldn't be new shorts unless if they come up with another bad news or something, which not really expecting to happen on ATXI. So it's a great candidate for long trading. ATXI still can really offer more, in my opinion. And this area to $5, and the white line is a 200 EMA. So I was expecting this to really reach to that range, $5 maybe on the upcoming week, on Tuesday, Wednesday, if there's nothing going on. So yeah, keep that in watch. Make sure that this is something that you always have it on your back pocket, and make sure that if there's a setup, I also mentioned in the channel, if there's a setup, take advantage. If not, doesn't really worth it. If there's no fresh volume, doesn't really worth it. Do not trade based off just something there is more action. Don't have that mentality, please. Yeah, that's about it. And I am going to kind of like introduce you guys to one of the best, actually. I know most of you guys are having problem with psychology, psychology behind trade. You guys have to really understand the psychology behind any trade, and it's very important. Psychology of trade, it's number one thing that you should really master it. Personally, I've been working on that for so long, and I still learning more and more down the road. But at least I created something based on my experience. At least I have that discipline set up. I don't have to worry about so many beginner mistakes. However, it can happen to any of us. It doesn't matter if you're an experienced trader or a beginner. If you don't follow your rules, if you don't listen to your rules or have a plan, this can really hurt you. So I'm gonna actually put the links on Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone is the best with the Mark Douglas, best book and best workshop that you guys can really benefit from. I definitely highly suggest watch this. It's few parts. You can watch their seminar. Mark Douglas talks about. It really helps you. It gives you more idea of really how the psychology influence trading, and you can really benefit from it. I do not make money out of this. Definitely, I'm just suggesting you guys to see this, learn from it, and be better at it. Definitely no affiliation or anything like that. Yeah, that's about it. We're gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys benefit from this video and ready for your upcoming week. And I want you to guys to really focus on your trade every single day, and take advantage of um, all the action that we discuss in the channel. So anyway, take care, team. Talk to you guys on Monday, and hope you guys have a great day.